All right, this is a continuation of a stream for RC. We're working on some frigates and corvettes and stuff. Where we left off was we had applied some highlights to this thing, this Caldabe, and this Moncal. And start things off, we're going to go ahead and apply some white to the engines across all the ships. And then we're going to go back and add the final highlight after that cures a bit. So we've got all of our layers on there. We do have to go back and tidy up. That ship needs highlights and needs markings. So there's still plenty to do. So we're doing okay. We definitely fell behind schedule today in terms of trying to get all the hours out for the month. But that's what it is. Hopefully next month we catch up a bit. Shoot. Come on. Man, what was going on with this thing? Oh, I see. That's what's going on. Okay. So, there we go. It's a bit better. For some reason, I thought there was a note about hangers are on the sides. What the shit? Hangers are on the sides of the top of the main fuselage. I see. It's a little darker there just above the wings. I don't see how that's... Okay. All right, let's clear that out. And then layer in the color appropriate. As before, with the engine, we're going with Vallejo Game Color Yellow, which is a very rich yellow. And it also smells for some reason. We're going to limit how fast it comes out. pretty yellow. I do really like that color. I just think it's a really bold color. All right. The other engine wash is supposed to be purple. Let's grab a purple wash. I don't think any of these are bad, but I would like to compare and contrast. I don't feel like it's a little too dark. How are you? I kind of feel like Vallejo wins again in this one. So let's do Vallejo. Yeah, it's not bad. Once that's had a little time to settle, we may go in and do a bead of white at the center. But for now, I think that's pretty good. All right. So now to go back, we're going to work on the red ships. We want to do some highlights on those. We were using Harvest Brown as our last color, but we need something a little bit brighter than that. I feel like a rusty orange would be the best bet. This is a Vallejo color called Rusty Orange, which I normally would not use for this, but I like that. Let's do it that.
Skyrim. Huge. Yeah, I mean, they're what the giants have with them in their camps in Skyrim. They take like 3,000 hits to knock down. You're right outside this giant-sized rail fence cordoning off this plot of land that they're using for these mammoths. To the north of this cordoned off area are 4 large barn-like structures. You see the gate on the southern portion. You're on like the northeast portion, so you'd have to swing around to the front, which would take you just to the north of the north camp, the upper camp, and right below a watchtower, which you assume is unmanned.
Yeah, so he's assuming it's unmanned. Can I roll a perception on the watchtower? Looking for giants up in there. That is a 32.
32. You don't see anybody walking around up there. I mean, you don't have dark vision, so it's tough to tell, but I mean, you just don't see. You just don't see.
So,
you see bales of grass, other vegetable matter, just like stacked to the portion of the barn where you're nearest.
Yeah.
They're using to feed these animals, but what they're using the mammoths for, you can't quite tell.
So he's going to just try to stay low, hugging the fence, just work his way along the fence. Now he's going to be kind of in view of the lower camp, especially if you have night vision, or the upper camp if you have night vision, but he's assuming it's mess hall time, they're eating, they're lining up, and so they're probably looking the other way. That's his guess.
Faraz is going to fly in and land on the fence.
Okay, and you're both about 50 feet away from the nearest giant, and there's probably like 5 or 6 of them milling. 5 or 6 giants milling about.
He knows.
And below that, 100 more.
He's just saying,
God, stay calm. Oh, yeah. Oh, where's Cat stealth checks, by the way?
She's fine.
She's a cat. All right, so did you roll that last stealth check?
No, I have not. I rolled a perception. This one is a 37.
All right, so there's a number of mammoths in the pen. Cat is right next to you as well. Whether it's her scent, whether it's your stealth or whatever, one of the mammoths starts getting very agitated, smells you or Cat or Feyraz and starts like coming over to the fence like, and this thing is huge.
Yeah.
Giants can ride them, and it's just kind of like bumping up against the fence. It's pretty pissed off. You assume it smells one of you.
Right. So he's going to move as quickly as possible and try to get a sense of this gate. Like, is it just a latch? Can he just push it? I'm assuming it's not a complicated lock.
No, it's a barred gate. So you would have to unbar it from the outside, which is good. They didn't leave it barred from the inside just in case they accidentally jostle it open
With one of their tusks.
But it's
They remember. They were testing the fences for weaknesses.
Oh, but they never took the same space twice.
it's a pretty hefty bar. I mean, this is their